Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson. I don't usually make two videos in a day, but that Clarence Thomas stuff is coming out. Looks like he's an absolute, totally corrupt gangster. Like we didn't know that. But I do want to read on it. I mentioned on my new channel, which is Period 4, I tried to put the video up and connect it to this website, but I could not do so. So I will try to put it on this video. So do take a look. It's very, very interesting stuff. This time I have channeled Christ, actually. So do take a look. It's very, very profound, in my opinion. Let's take a look at Clarence. I'm really wondering, like, is he going to resign? Is he going to be impeached? Yeah, it's funny because I see him with a Clarence Thomas. I see him with a cuff on his wrist, and there's a chain, and obviously it makes me think of slavery, and makes me wonder, just what is it about? How can he experience this sort of ancestrally and still do what he's doing? And the point, of course, is that he's totally detached from his ancestors' experience. So, Clarence, let's just see what you're gonna do. He does look very surprised. It's interesting because you would think somebody would be freaking out, they would be totally concerned. He's a little bit concerned. He really has no ability to, or not much of an ability to, read the room. He has little ability to do much but hard work. Like there's no reflection, there's no self-awareness in this man. It really is like a meal ticket. He and Ginny are leading the high life. That's what they care about. Ginny actually seems more worried than he is. Ginny Thomas is actually making him aware. She's like, look, man, you don't know how serious this is. This is really important. And he's kind of this, like a little bit more interested, but he feels untouchable. He doesn't think that there's anything that we can do. And I mean, I hate to say it, America, but he's almost right. One thing that is important, this is highlighting that we need to make some changes in our culture. Everything that's happened in the past few years has let us know we have to make big changes to how the Supreme Court is organized and how our government is organized. There are all these crimes that are being committed that nobody could imagine people would commit. You just assume they have more integrity, but here he is taking bribes. Still got that cuff on. Oh, now this is interesting. The original cuff was, that dark metal kind of rudely built cuff. Now it's shiny and it's silvery and it's pretty, so it's still a handcuff. He's still enslaved, but it's a beautiful enslavement. I mean, come on, how stupid are you? You're like one of the most powerful people, and you obviously could have considered, hey, if I go on this yacht, it might make me look bad. I could lose my job. But he doesn't think that he can lose his job. He is a completely untouchable person. That's what he believes, anyway. Still sitting on the yacht. He's under the brawly, I should say umbrella in American words. Okay, there's a tent on the beach and Ginny's in it, and it looks like just a normal tent on the outside. You go on the inside, and it looks like really like, like a shakes, tent. She's like, shh, don't tell anybody. And that's what she's annoyed about. It's not that they did something wrong. She's annoyed that they got caught. She's like, look, on the outside, it looks like a normal tent. What were you thinking of? She's more worried because she's reading the room better, but also she she's at more risk. What she did was more seriously illegal than what her husband did. So I think the answer is clear, but let's ask, are you going to resign? No way am I resigning. Ha! And he's still looking at me like I'm untouchable. Like, what are you going to do about it? Okay, then Ginny's saying, nope, he's not going to resign. Nope, I wouldn't let him do that. Where's my meal ticket? What am I going to do for a living? So, no way. Will they be impeached? So, let me just describe what I see. Those I often see for some reason in my past lifetimes, those, English judges with the funny wigs and the red robes and all the routine. And I see someone, oh, I think it's the another member of the Supreme Court. Sorry, I can't remember names. The lead of the Supreme Court, you guys know who I mean. And that fellow um, is in the judge's role, but Thomas is in the seat of the witness. So I'm wondering if this is just, a little reprimand. Is the lead Supreme Court justice, is he gonna, give him a slap on the wrist, or again, the lead justice is annoyed. He is frustrated. He can't seem to manage it. He makes it look really bad. He makes the court look really bad. It's going to be written in history that this is the most corrupt court in the history of the United States of America. It may be one of the most corrupt torts, but it's embarrassing. It's just humiliating. This is history right now. He's yelling at him. He's angry. Now Thomas's aspect changes a little bit. Looks like he's a little bit more ashamed. Okay, but what you gonna do, Thomas? Or should I say, what are we gonna do with you? One thing, there's a lot of protest I'm seeing. There's a lot of angry voices. I see people with signs. There is going to be a movement, a strong movement to remove him. And this will be noticed. Now Thomas is getting a little bit more worried. But he's so arrogant. He is just so arrogant. He just thinks that he can do anything and that he has always got, he is a law unto himself. And he's getting angrier and angrier. How dare they question me, my morality? One of the justices is kicking him in the butt. Even the conservatives are quite angry because he's going to potentially upset the balance of the court. Oh, now I'm seeing Biden. Biden is considering the options. Okay, once more, but will he be impeached? I do see him being questioned before a body. It looks like it could be in Congress. This may not happen until after the next election, but he is being seriously questioned. And man, are some of those senators mad. They are hopping mad. I have never seen the Democrats so upset. I keep getting this. This had to happen this way. The court has done other things that are just as terrible, that are just under the radar, but this is so obvious. Right? I'm thinking that the primary question is, will he be impeached, but also successfully impeached? So this is interesting. He's there and he kind of moves. There's like a red side and then a black side, and he's kind of moving in between the two. It's actually kind of red and blue, green. But he's like going into one space and the other one. This one means yes, the other one means no. And I'm just gonna say spirit is red's gonna be a yes. Okay, yes, he will be impeached. Is the impeachment going to be successful? I I think it might be successful. I think they might be able to get rid of him. It's not going to happen soon, and it might be that he does eventually resign, knowing that he faces serious impeachment charges. As there's just too much energy around it. Biden, he can investigate, I shouldn't say Biden, the Department of Justice can investigate his wife. Everything about them can be investigated. She's not a Supreme Court justice. So, you know, they can look at all her phone calls, all her emails, all the things that she's done. They can subpoena all that material. And it's like, branches, certain branches of the government are just letting him know, by the way, we could really, really give it to you. Also, there are other women who made the same claims that Anita Hill did. They could bring them aboard. So he's like starting to change his mind. He's like, well, the pressure is really mounting. Now he's a totally selfish person. He will not do this for the sake of our nation. He doesn't have any shame. But he might do it because he has to, because all of these people are being investigated around him. The people who gave him the money and bought his houses may suffer serious investigations. All of the people can be investigated. They don't want to be investigated, so they're considering putting pressure on him. Now, they'll save their own selves before they will, go for political success. They care more about their own butts. So I'm kind of looking at him. I'm like, "Are you going to resign?" And first he goes, "No," and then he goes, he gets mad and he gets angry, and it's like, how dare you question? How dare you question an adult man? Hmm. So here's Thomas, and he's in a house, and it's a nice house, but he's on a like on a terrace. It's almost like a um, southern plantation type thing, and he's there in kind of in the shade, because they have the terrace and American English porch, and they're kind of going, get off the porch. It's almost like he was accepted into the dominant culture. Maybe not all the way in the house, but certainly on the terrace, that was okay. But they're like, you need to get off, go on the grass. It's quite ironic. Here I was sucking up to the power and trying to be, it's like certain characters, Candace Owens, trying to be that kind of person that sucks up. but ultimately they don't care about him. And when it comes to choosing between saving their own selves and sacrificing him, he is off back on the lawn. And they're kind of contemptuous, like, you always belonged on the lawn. It's like, hey, we were racists all along. We were just using you. And, just desserts, man. You reap what you sow, Mr. Thomas. Let's just ask and be really clear on what's the future for Justice Thomas. Out. They're like, out. Now the grass isn't even good enough for you. We don't want to see your face around here, man. You just keep walking. And keep walking till you don't know anyone. Hit the dirt road for you. And take your wife with you. It just lets you know the true values of this political operation that has become the Republican Party. There is no integrity. There is no acceptance of certain people, minorities. They don't really believe in that. They really believe in utilizing what is available to them. They're practical, pragmatic people. All right, thanks so much for watching.